Taxi! What's up, guys?
Hey, we're going to Brooklyn.
I'll take you to Brooklyn.
Are you from Brooklyn?
I'm an Italian guy from Brooklyn.
What's a Brooklyn accent like?
No, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, hey.
No, that's Philly.
Oh. You know the patient that we're here to see?
Yeah.
Sharice? I mean, this is a really tough case. With the breast asymmetry? Yeah. We're here to see Sharice, who actually has a very significant breast deformity. This right breast is literally twice the size and maybe even more.
So she's been living with that all her life.
Yeah, and she's 24. There's a condition called Gigantomastia, where both breasts are so overdeveloped that they cause significant functional deformities. But I've never seen a patient where one breast, though, is so much larger than the other.
Hi.
Sharice, hi.
How are you?
Terry Dubrow.
Hi,
How are you?
nice to meet you.
Dr. Nassif.
Nice to meet you.
It's so insane that Dr. Dubrow and Dr. Nassif flew all the way here from Los Angeles to see little old me.
This is my mom.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Tamika. How are you?
Nice to meet you,
Very
too.
good.
Terry
Very
Dubrow,
good.
nice to meet you.
Tamika.
Pleasure.
Thank you. I've watched Sharice's condition get worse, and I hope they'll take good care of my child.
So take us back. When did you first start to develop breasts?
I wore like bras around 6.
You wore bras at age 6 or 7?
Yeah.
She was actually born with,
Little boobies.
yeah,
Really?
really.
Of course, I look different than everyone else.
Yeah.
So I had to wear bras and they didn't.
Did they tease you about it?
Guys, boys, yeah.
Even back then?
Yeah. Call me like big chest. There was this one boy who had everyone calling me Big Titty Ree. I mean, and nobody else had a nickname like that. So when you're a kid, you don't want to feel like you're being like a crybaby. But it's not funny.
This can be emotional for you, I would imagine.
Like, I don't want that type of attention.
So do you think it's affected your social life?
I won't go out. I do kind of limit myself to the things that I wear, the things that I do, my emotions and my feelings that I try to, like, you know, hide the, like, my flaws or the things that I'm not so confident with.
So how old were you when your left breast stopped growing?
Like high school.
High school.
So, yeah.
And then the right breast continued to grow past that. Were they ever
No, they've always been like that.
completely different sizes? Did you ever talk to a doctor?
Oh, yeah.
What did they say about
We
it?
spoke to a pediatrician about it, and she just told us she has to wait till she's 18.
They just said, well, she's gonna have very big breasts, you can just have a breast reduction. Yeah, this isn't that straightforward because asymmetric virginal breast hypertrophy is so rare that it's actually a special section of the medical literature. The occurrence of a significant asymmetry like Sharice has probably happens in less than 1% of cases of gigantomastia. What would it mean to you if you were to have this fixed?
The most important thing is that it would make me feel better physically. So I wouldn't sit like this, or my back won't hurt.
Okay, so that's the functional component, all right? And the cosmetic component, you could wear clothes that...
Yeah, it's just something that I try to handle on my own. Like, my friends that are close, they know I don't like it, but I don't think they know, like, to which extent.
You know what you remind me of, and this has nothing to do with your physical appearance because you're a gorgeous girl, you remind me of a tortoise. You're kind of like living in a shell. Do you know what I mean? There's Sharice in this shell you carry around. Don't you kind of feel that you're sort of this person because you wear clothes and you're walking around hunched over in your shell, right? So put this on.
Thank you.
Open in the front, and we'll come in and have a look, okay?
Okay.
All right.
When someone is botched by surgery, you know they were normal at some point. Here, you don't necessarily know what normal is, and you don't know if it's achievable because they've never looked normal in the first place.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, guys. Okay, so what we want to do is take a look at the size differences, the asymmetry. Would you mind standing up? Okay. That would be easier for us. Okay. When I look at you, okay, the first thing that stands out to me is that the breasts are incredibly uneven. You know, anything sort of greater than 28 centimeters, that's a really droopy breast. This left one is 34, but the right one is 40. 40 is a lot. So what are the surgical options? Well, you need a reduction of your breast where we take a lot more from this side than this side. But this is an extraordinarily high-risk breast. The risk is related to the distance which you have to raise the nipple. In Sharice's case, That's the longest distance I've ever seen. See, what we're used to seeing is a breast that looks like this with a very large implant inside. But when we treat those, we take the implant out, we're immediately taking the pressure off of it, right? And allowing blood now to come into it. What we would do with you that's very different is we're taking all of this blood vessel-rich tissue and removing it. So we're challenging the remaining tissue even more. Sharice really has all of the factors you don't want to have when you're doing breast reduction and lift surgery. There ultimately may not be enough blood supply to keep her remaining breasts alive. Does it look like it's tissue that's not happy?
With these dilated blood vessels, yeah, this does not look that great to me.
I think your chance of a significant complication is very high. And by complication, I mean the nipple turns black, the wounds have trouble healing, the breast tissue that remains dies.
Now that I'm hearing that there's all these risks involved, it's a lot of information to take in at once.
You are anything but a standard breast reduction. I think if you walked into a standard plastic surgeon's office who might be a very good surgeon, you could suffer. And no one would blame that plastic surgeon because you're a high-risk case.
But Sharice is point with this. The risks are extremely high. But, you know, Terry, he's such a great surgeon. Hopefully these problems won't happen.
The good news for me is you're young. You don't smoke. You lead a healthy lifestyle. What do you think?
I feel like I need this surgery because, of course, I want to feel good. I want to feel like I look good. I think no risk, no rewards. Just like whatever you think is best.
You live in a shell, physically, cosmetically, and I feel emotionally and socially. I want to take that shell off you and allow the real Sharice to come out. Agreed?
I seeked you out because this is what you do.
Right.
This
you knew
is
this
my
is
child.
Right.
So
right. You sought us out.
I'm trusting you with my precious cargo.
Anytime we have a hard case, we have to have a little bit of fear in us because that keeps us on our toes. Pleasure meeting you. For both of you,
same
thank you
here.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us into your home.
Pleasure meeting you, Sharice. Okay, we're gonna do something special for you, all right? Thanks,
Thank
Mom.
you.
Pleasure.
So what do you think?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited.
Well, if you're excited, I'll be excited.
This is a very scary, high-risk case. I'm hoping I can get her reduced to the size she wants and preserve enough blood supply to allow it to heal.
That's like a dramatic change.
So, we're in New York.
Yes.
What are we gonna do in New York? Don't we have some high-profile patients here who we need to check on? Let's
Wanna go do that?
Yeah, let's go do that. All right, so where are we meeting her?
We're over here.
Is she gonna be in a limo?
Well, look who's here.
My white chocolate bunny!
Yeah. Are we coming up?
Carriage. I wanted
nice
to
to
show
see
up
you.
in style.
How are you?
Oh my gosh, I love you guys so much. I'm Tiffany, New York Pollard. You know me from The Flavor of Love, I Love New York, and so much more.
Well, I've always been huge nipple.
They're out of proportion to the man.
Yeah, I was born needing breast implants just to catch up with my nipples.
You guys are the sexiest doctors on the planet Earth. Finally, I get to have the doctors on my turf because when they were seeing me in the office, I had to do their way, their thing. But today, I'm showing them a taste of the HBIC and NYC. You are so sexy. Can I grab your leg?
See, buddy?
It's happening. I must admit, seeing Dr. Nassif out of the office, there's something extra going on with him.
Obviously, you nicked her brain when you were doing her nasal surgery.
You know, don't be jealous, my friend. What is going on with your life? Tell us, give us an update.
I did Celebrity Big Brother, UK. I have such a following now in the UK.
Oh, I know.
It's amazing.
Really?
Just with the new surgeries, just everything has been taken off at such a climactic level. I won't make my sound that I make when I climax, unless you guys want to hear
Yeah, I
it.
want to hear it.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Wow, that sound is extremely familiar. That's almost exactly the sound Paul makes when the dessert hits the dinner table.
Can I just do something?
Yeah, touch
Look straight
me.
for me.
Touch me.
Touch straight.
Oh, you're feeling my nose. Okay.
Your nose feels very good.
Does it feel good?
Yeah. It's actually very cute.
Tiffany looks happy, healthy, and amazing.
I'm a force to be reckoned with.
I think I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna say when I'm around him.
You need to, because you got in there, you did the 9-hour surgery, and it's just really been a blessing for me. And you with the breasts. They don't hurt anymore.
Really?
They feel really good. They stay up in the air when I ride my man. And I really just...
When I ride right there.
There is so much in store for the future. The sky is the limit. What, Mark?
Yes?
That guy's calling you.
Do I owe him money? No, I don't. I don't think I do. I just feel like there's nothing I can't do. And I know it's due to my surgeries, and I'm so grateful to the both of them.
Give me.
Give us a hug.
Thank you, guys.
I'm so happy that we could see Tiffany, and she's doing so great. But now it's time for us to get back in the real world, hop on a plane, and help someone else.
Bye.
Get away from
Hi, how are you? I'm here to see Dr. Dubrow.
Okay, can I be sitting?
Yes. Even though the plane ride was really long, my breasts are such a big problem for me. I would do anything or go anywhere to get them fixed. I'm super pumped to have the surgery and feel a little bit better. I hope that I remain the same person and don't think I'm too cute.
Sharice, how are you? Good. So, I've been thinking about your case all weekend. Let's have your legs over the side. Okay. Sharice's surgery today is actually very intimidating, but I think I've devised a plan. So I'm going to start with our problem child, but I'm going to lift both of them today. Ideally, what size would you like me to make you? You want to be a C?
Well, if that looks nice, I don't want them to be flat. I just want them to be nice. I want them to sit up. I don't want them to look like droopy.
Droopy, okay.
Well, you're a guy, so you know like what you want a woman to look like, you know?
I do, trust me.
This is something that really affects my quality of living, and I want to fix it and feel better and be better. Because I think I'm a great person, but sometimes when you're not confident a little bit, that takes over a lot.
This case with Sharice today is an extremely high-risk case. For Sharice, I'll start with liposuction, making them as even as possible. Finally, I'll give her a lift by removing the extra skin and making her areolas smaller, which should result in symmetrical and reasonably sized breasts. Liposuction will hopefully remove a lot of the breast tissue and breast fat, but it does so by preserving the blood supply. What I'd love to do is get 1.5 liters out of this breast. Liposuction is unique in that it will allow me to potentially remove a lot of Sharice's breast tissue without disrupting the blood supply, because it essentially goes around rather than through the blood vessels. What are we now?
So, 1,000, yeah.
1,000. Barely making a dent. It's bigger than a basketball, isn't it? Yeah. Oh. Okay, so what have we suctioned out? 2
liters.
So let's suction the left breast down to about this size. So we'll do 800 to 1,000 cc's on this side. After performing liposuction, I'm going to staple up Sharice's breast, which will allow me to simulate what a lift will do. So we've suctioned the right of 2 liters and the left of 750 roughly. The right's still so much bigger than the left. Let's cut the right and reduce it by direct excision, which is potentially dangerous. Sharice's breast tissue cannot be removed entirely by liposuction because a certain percentage of her breast is actually breast glandular tissue, which the liposuction machine does not remove. We've taken sections from the inside of the breast. Now we have to get this nipple to move up. This also cuts blood supply. Every one of these moves makes it more dangerous. Sharice's surgery today is all about the blood supply. Therein lies the danger. Therein lies the possible risk of tissue necrosis, which is basically cell death. Okay, so they're symmetrical. The nipples are exactly the same heights now, and the nipples are alive. I think we did this. Now that I've got Sharice's breasts in good position and I've got them adequately reduced and the nipples appear to be alive at this point, I'm pretty happy, but I'm not gonna pre-celebrate because this could go south on me anytime within the next 72 hours.
You look amazing.
Okay, thank you very much, you guys.
So how you feeling?
I feel okay. I had this shirt on yesterday and it fits extremely differently. Today is the first day after my surgery. I feel a little tight, but I do feel like they're extremely smaller. It's such a new feeling. I don't feel as heavy.
Hi, Sharice.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
So you just had a huge breast reduction. Is it better or worse than you thought it was going to be so far?
Better.
Better. Well, of course, what I'm worried about now is how swollen are you, and are you swollen so much that you've cut off the blood supply to your nipples? So we want to take a look and see. So it's swollen, but it's, look at this thing.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this size because they make bras in that size, cute ones.
Here's the question. That is an alive nipple. That one is not. No, I'm kidding. That one's alive too.
Don't do that.
I know. It's not funny. I'm pleased that once I take the dressing off Sharice's nipples, that they're bleeding. That's an indication that the blood supply is there and that I'm continued to be hopeful that her nipple and areolas will stay alive. Your breasts are alive. They're symmetrical.
I was like looking online, like they have cute little bras with lace.
Look at you. You know what's funny about plastic surgery? If you do an operation, patients realize it's a good result, but they still don't feel comfortable with it yet because their old self is still coming out. You have so left your old breasts behind.
This is something that I've wanted for so long. I'm excited for the summer. I'm excited to wear a bathing suit. I'm excited to go to water parks, to the beach. I'm excited to buy sexy clothes. Like, I'm excited about all of that. It's like kind of life-changing. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome, but you still have a lot of healing. I mean, you know, things can still turn on us, so we're going to watch it very closely, okay? Can I have a little hug, please? Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've wanted this surgery for so long. My breasts were huge, uneven. They made me feel so self-conscious that I felt the need to hide my whole life. It was horrible.
I'm excited to see it. Did you see her yet? I mean, I spoke to her, but
every time we're on FaceTime, she's like, face.
Today, I'm going to a water park with my friends, Maxine and Bianca. I can't wait to see the look on their faces when they see me in a bathing suit.
Speaking of...
Oh my God.
Wow.
Look at you.
Right?
Can I hug you? Don't run from me.
I'm so excited.
Sharice walked up and she looks amazing. She looks confident. She looks happy. She's smiling. That's the first step. Like, that smile is like a glow.
I like your bathing suit.
I got this from the petite section.
Oh, really?
Wondering. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm like 12 with how excited I am about the surgery. I couldn't be happier with the results that I have.
How do you feel?
It doesn't feel heavy. Like, I feel more comfortable. My back doesn't hurt as much.
This is not carrying all that weight.
That's the crazy thing. Like, I got on the scale and I was like a little bit lighter. I'm like, oh.
You should be though.
Before surgery, my breasts were so big and so uneven. They made me feel less confident about myself. Now, after surgery, my boobs are smaller and evenly sized. After all these years, I finally feel like I'm coming out of my shell and it feels sensational. I'm excited that, you know, the doctors came all the way to Brooklyn to see me. I'm excited that Dr. Dubrow was able to do the surgery. I am 100% thankful and happy that I went through with this process. I feel like when you look good, you feel good. Ready to jump in. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. Sure, let's go.
I feel like having the surgery has definitely brought a lot of closure to stuff that I had to deal with before, like stupid nicknames. This is the beginning of me being excited about being me, and that's really dope.